Hi everyone, and welcome to Russian Culture Weekly. I'm Tatiana, and today we're talking about a topic from the field of science. Let's talk a little bit about the periodic law, the periodic table of elements, and their creator, Dmitri Ivanovich Mendeleev. Mendeleev was born in 1834 in Tobolsk and was the 17th child in the family of a school principal and his wife. When Dmitri Ivanovich was 7, his parents decided that he should start school together with his older brother Pavel, who was 8, so that, as they said, the boy would not get spoiled by staying alone at home. As Dmitri Ivanovich was actually 1 year younger than the school accepted, the main term was that he must do his first year twice. Later at school, he was not the most brilliant student and he did well only in the subjects he liked. Later, those two facts, Mendeleev doing his first year at school twice and him not being the best student ever, launched a very popular myth that he actually had to do one of his school years twice because of his bad grades. After graduating from school in Tobolsk, Mendeleev moved to St. Petersburg and entered the main pedagogical institute, which he graduated with distinction in 1855. 1 year later, he defended a thesis, specific volumes, and became a master of chemistry. By the way, his father graduated the very same institute, but back in 1807. Mendeleev's main discovery, the periodic law, became public in 1869. The scientist presented his report, The Dependence Between the Properties of the Atomic Weights of the Elements, to Russian Chemical Society. It happened on the 18th of March, 1869, and not only did Mendeleev stated the main issues of his periodic law and published the periodic table of known elements, but he also predicted the elements yet to be discovered. Actually, the last element of the 7th period was discovered only in 2010. The importance of the periodic law discovered by Mendeleev cannot be overvalued. Not only did it become the whole new systematization tool for chemistry, but basically the periodic law is a fundamental law of nature. For his discovery, Mendeleev was nominated for the Nobel Prize 3 times, but never got it. In 1907, he was finally about to have the prize, but unfortunately he fell ill with pneumonia and died shortly. So, as the Nobel Prize is only awarded to living persons, Mendeleev never got it, which I think is a great shame. Much later, the year 2019 was named by the United Nations the Year of the Periodic Table of Elements. Mendeleev's scientific work does not come down only to chemistry or physical sciences, however. For example, in 1870s, he got a huge interest in meteorology and later even rode a balloon all by himself without a trained pilot. This happened in 1887, when due to heavy rain, the balloon could only carry one person. And later, Mendeleev got a medal from the French Academy of Aerostatical Meteorology. Next, in 1889, Mendeleev was involved in the work on taxes on chemical products, and he was so enthusiastic about political economy that actually most of his published scientific works are not on chemistry, but on economy, and on the economical state of Russia. Finally, in the late 1890s, Mendeleev was working on projects on discovering Arctic territories, and he even planned to participate in a Northern Sea Route expedition. This, however, never happened because he had some severe disagreements with the leader of the expedition. And now let's have a look at some popular myths about Mendeleev. The first one, and probably the most famous myth about him, is that he saw his periodic table of elements in his dream. Actually, the scientist provoked this myth himself by telling once that he was exhausted by his fruitless efforts of creating the table, and suddenly he dozed off on a couch and saw the table in all its beauty and system. Most researchers, however, agree that Mendeleev overestimated or exaggerated the value of this dream because his discovery was prepared by years of preliminary work and research. The second most popular myth about Mendeleev was that he invented vodka. In 1865, Mendeleev did defend his doctoral thesis on the combinations of water and alcohol, рассуждения о смешении спирта с водой in Russian, which actually launched this myth. Vodka, however, was drunk way before Mendeleev's time and his doctoral thesis, which, by the way, was dedicated to way higher spirit concentrations. And finally, there's an anecdote that the scientist had a part-time job making suitcases. Now, Mendeleev really did have a hobby of making folders and boxes for his papers, and he also used to buy materials for this hobby in the same shop. And once, when he went to that shop, the shop owner recommended Mendeleev to another customer as a famous suitcase master, which is where this myth comes from. Great! I hope that now you know a little bit more about Mendeleev. And if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel for more videos like that. Take care and see you next week.